The Legislature Issue Management solution from Planet Technologies is built on the Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2011 platform and allows you to easily manage issues reported by constituents along with legislation records including testimonies, amendments and voting. For this example, there's been a report of potholes on a county road. We'll walk through the steps as the dispatcher receiving the call. I'm going to log a new issue by going to the Issues and clicking New. I'll provide a descriptive title for this issue, along with the name of the constituent who reported the problem. The issue was reported by phone, so I'll choose the case origin type, phone. By tracking the case origin, you can do trending and reporting to ensure that there is enough staff coverage to manage incoming issues. I can also log the case type and provide a description of the issue. I'm now going to save this record, but I won't close it yet. You can see that a case number has been automatically generated for this issue, and it's been assigned ownership to me. I'm currently acting as the dispatcher for this issue, so I want to reassign ownership so it can be escalated for resolution. I'm going to click in the Owner field and choose Assign to another user or team from the option list, and then select the point of contact for road maintenance. When I click OK, it automatically changes ownership to the new individual. Workflows can be built that would further automate this process by sending an email to the individual to let them know that a new work item has been assigned to them. Additionally, I can set a follow-up by date, a status, and a priority for the task assignment. I've saved and closed this issue, and we've been returned to the main screen. My default view is set to My Active Issues, and since we reassigned the pothole issue already, you can see that it no longer shows up on my list of issues. Custom views can be created based on your business needs, but many views are already created for you. Let's take a look at the All Active Issues view. This view shows all active issues, regardless of who currently has ownership. And here's the pothole issue that we just created. Charts and graphs offer a visual representation of system data and can be quickly accessed from most screens. Along the right-hand side is a button to activate a chart for the data you're currently viewing. Let's take a look at that chart. The chart shows issues by origin. We can quickly see how many issues are being reported by phone, email, or web each day. Several charts are available to us, so let's take a look at issues by priority. Again, we can quickly see the number of high, normal, and low priority issues we are taking in on a daily basis. The charts are dynamic, so if a priority of an issue changes, the chart will reflect that change. Let's take a look at one more chart, issue mix by type. This chart is configured as a pie chart and shows me the types of issues: question, problem, or requests. I can drill down into these charts also. Let's take a closer look at the problems to see who has ownership of those issues. From this view I can see who owns all of the problem issues that are currently active. As I drill down into the chart, the data in the middle of the screen is also filtered based on my selections. Here is the pothole issue that we logged a few moments ago. I can also click the Back button to go back one step in my chart drill down, or the Home button to return to the default chart. We can also run reports on our data. I'd like to see a report of all active issues sorted by priority. This report was created in just a few minutes using built-in functionality. It shows active issues grouped by priority. The report also shows the title of the issue, the case number, and the owner. You can even sort ascending or descending on any of the columns by clicking the Sort button next to the column header, or from within the report. Reports can also be printed or saved as popular formats such as XML, CSV, PDF, Word, or Excel. If data in the system is updated, you can click the Refresh button to update the data in the report. Workflows can also be created to automatically generate reports at a set date and time, and can even be emailed to an individual or group. Issues such as potholes are problems that are generally reported, assigned, repaired, and closed. However, some issues may require more involvement between officials and constituents. For this example, we have an issue reported by a constituent who was in an automobile accident and feels that if the speed limits were reduced along that stretch of road, accidents could be avoided in the future. Let's take a look at legislation records. Similarly to issues, we have a list of active legislation records. I'm going to create a new entry for decreasing the speed limit on the road where the accident happened. I'll provide a title and select the concerned department. I can provide additional information such as sponsorship and comments. Legislation records can also have amendments, testimonies, and votes associated with them, but we'll cover that in just a moment. I'm going to save this new legislation record, but I'm not going to close it yet. The constituent who reported this issue has also provided testimony regarding her automobile accident. Along the left-hand side of this legislation record, I have links to all associated amendments, testimonies, and votes. I'm going to select Testimonies and add a new one. I'll provide a name for this testimony, along with the name of the constituent and the issue description. A new testimony is automatically associated with the legislation record. I'll save and close this testimony, and we will be returned to the legislation record, and we can see that the new testimony has been associated with it. Amendments can also be made to legislation records. In this example, an amendment will be made with the specific areas of the road that the speed limit reduction would affect. I'm going to open my legislation record and create a new amendment. I'll provide the name and the amendment information, just like the testimony that we created earlier. The new amendment is automatically associated with the legislation record. I'll save and close this amendment, and we can see that it's been associated with the legislation record. You can also add an amendment to an existing amendment by performing the same steps and selecting a parent amendment. Votes are required in order to pass legislation. Continuing with the same example to reduce the speed limit, I'll click on Votes and add new records for each of the council members. I can use the Save a New button to enter several new records without leaving this screen. All of the votes are automatically associated with the legislation record. Auditing of data is important and can be configured to run automatically. In this example, we want to clarify which county road this legislation record pertains to. I'm going to add Maple Lane to the title of this legislation record. When we look at audit history, we can see that the title has been updated with the change we just made, along with the date and time of the change, and the name of the person who made that change. The Legislature Issue Management solution from Planet Technologies is a single integrated environment built on proven technologies which allows easy management of issues and problems reported by constituents, and legislation, including bills, resolutions, and the testimonies, amendments, and voting associated with them. For more information on the Legislature Issue Management solution, please visit us on the web at go-planet.com or send us an email to info@go-planet.com.